What are you doing, Manny? What are you doing? Ah, you gonna get me? You're a great cat. You're a good little man. Everybody, Ramblin Ted here. I didn't really have a plan for this weekend, but there's something that's been interesting me for a while. There's a guy that's supposedly buried in Texarkana, I think, named Dr. Fred Spiers. He died 103 years ago in 2023. An interesting obituary was put in the paper, and he supposedly was buried in about $35,000 worth of furs and a fur hat and robes and stuff. Which, if you put it in the calculator, that comes out to $600 and some thousand worth today, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, he's kind of a mystery. The obituary spells his last name Spiers. So by that, I kind of thought, well, I know some people, some Jewish people who spell their name that way. But I got to doing a lot more checking, and he also said he was an ambassador to Alaska. And I looked in some of the records up there that I could find, and it was spelled Spires, which is Spires, which I think is more accurate. I think the obituary has a typo, because everything else I found about him says Spires. But anyway, I have no idea if he's even buried in Texarkana. His home was in New York. He was only here for 2 years, and apparently didn't make many friends. He was kind of a loner. But it has got me interested, and I can't find him on Find the Grave or anything. But I do know of some cemeteries that were here 100 years ago, and there were only a few major cemeteries where somebody with that much money would be buried. So I thought I would go check at least one of those out today. And the one I'm going to go to is kind of interesting too, because it has a tie-in to, in a weird way, to Jackie Gleason, and well, not just because Jackie Gleason was in Smokey and the Bandit and had the whole, there's beer in Texarkana thing. That's a whole other thing. No, this is from an older movie. But anyway, I'm gonna go see about this and see if I can maybe find his grave the old-fashioned way by just plodding through cemeteries. I haven't been walking too good lately. I've had an issue with my right foot for a while, and it's getting worse. So if you hear me stumbling, or don't worry, I'll be fine. But it's been hurting pretty bad here lately. But anyway, I got to get out of the house and do this, or I'm gonna go stir crazy. So let's go see what we can find. Come along with me. Bring a raincoat. Might get wet. Making it hard to make videos. Hey, cows. How y'all doing? I think they're telling me to move along. Here at the entryway to Sacred Heart Cemetery. This is one of the places that was here back in the 20s, in 1923. So there's a good chance he may be buried here. And this is also where there's a tie-in to an old Jackie Gleason movie called Papa's Delicate Condition. And I'll have to find his grave. It's a pretty interesting story, though. If you look up, if you've ever seen that movie, it's an old musical about the guy who's the bigwig in a small town of Texarkana, which is about here. And his delicate condition is, they used to call it delicate condition, being an alcoholic. And it's a kind of a comedy, but kind of serious at the same time. And it's a pretty good movie. I watched it. After I moved here, people told me to watch it, and I watched it because you hear the name Gio, G-H-I-O here a lot, and the Gios were he was quite a guy, he was quite a character, and Jackie Gleason played him really well in that movie. But anyway, let's see if I can find this the grave of this Mr. Spiers. This guy passed away in 1923. This is a grave here from 1901. So the cemetery was definitely here at that time. can't even read what's on that anymore. Wow. I used to be able to read it. I could have told you who it was, but now I don't think that's going to happen. Kind of a funny story. Right across the street there is a bar called the Redbone Magic Brewery, and they brew their own beer and stuff. But anyway, they have t-shirts that the staff wears that says something about enjoying your life and being glad you're not across the street. So I always thought that was kind of funny. Let's see if we can find some graves that are from around that time. There's 1938 right here. 31. So we're getting close. 1908. Like I said, I don't even know for sure if he's buried here. He may be buried back in New York, which is where he's from. It's really hard to tell, you know. But I thought I'd come out today and look, because it's really not a bad day. It's not hot. It did not rain like they said it was going to. So that's kind of nice. These are from the 30s. This guy knew nobody, so I doubt if he'd be in a family plot or anything like this. He would be by himself. I guess he was kind of a loner, kind of a kept to himself kind of guy. But this may be an ongoing series of me trying to find this guy, because so far I've had zero luck with anything, any kind of searches on the internet. You only turn up a couple things. You turn up a deal about him in New York, and then about him being buried here, and yeah, that's about it. That's about all you hear about. I'm one of those odd people that kind of like. I thought this is kind of interesting. It's the Cervini crypt. Not who I'm looking for, though. This is the Gio family plot. And I really don't want to get this wrong. I didn't really research this. I just thought about it after I got here. Or after when I woke up this morning was talking about it. But, and I can't remember which one, who he was. I want to say maybe it was A.L. Gio, because that's about right, because this took place back in the 1800s. I remember the movie, and I remember Jackie Gleason riding through town on a coach pulled by horses, yelling, "Vote for Gio! Vote for Gio!" Was it Guido Gio? That always makes me sad. 3 years old. Anyway. Not who I'm looking for, but the whole Gio thing. Maybe I'll do a story on that the whole thing and the whole. It was a huge thing in town back then. I mean, it was a big Texarkana history thing. It's kind of interesting. Okay, I've looked on this half of the cemetery and found nothing. So now I have to do that half. It's not a very big cemetery. That's why I picked this one first. Thought maybe I'd get lucky. I don't know why, because never in my life have I been lucky enough to have anything go my way the first time. It usually takes several tries. So, but I was hopeful, you know. Sometimes you just got to be hopeful. Yeah, but Papa's Delicate Condition is, it's a fun movie to watch. I'm sure you can probably find it on YouTube, or you can find it on one of the free streaming channels. It is definitely an interesting movie. Man, it has turned out to be a way nicer day today than I had thought it was going to be originally. And my foot's not hurting too bad. I'll keep you guys updated on this. It's just getting to where it is really limiting what I can do. And a lot of my day job involves being on my feet all day. And there was a going away party last night for a friend of mine that I really wanted to go to. And I just couldn't even hardly walk. So I had to not go. Ashley, you've seen her in a couple of my videos. She's moving to Pahrump, Nevada. Someplace I'd want to be, actually. So I may be going out there to visit with her and her boyfriend, or moving out there to live with my sister in Phoenix at some point. It won't be soon, though, probably. I've got to get a lot of stuff in order. And I don't know. I do plan to retire out west for sure. I think that'd be the place to be. I think I would really like it. I've been there, I've visited, and I loved it. So, and it's not humid. No humidity is a plus, right? All right, back to looking for Mr. Fred M. Spiers. What I'm finding here is mostly family plots, and Fred Spiers had no family here. I'm not even sure. He was a doctor, so he might have moved down here just to be a doctor. Not sure what kind of doctor he even was, but apparently he had no family and very few connections or friends here. So he may have been taken back to New York and buried. I could find no record anywhere of him being buried, though. So 17. These. I'm in an area that is close, to the right time period. A lot of these graves, but no Spiers, and he may not even have a headstone anymore. People do steal headstones. Headstones got repurposed sometimes. So you just never know, really. I would just like to... You ever catch a smell? I just caught a smell on the wind, and it reminded me of when I was a kid. We didn't have the same kind of electronic devices we have nowadays. Most things took batteries, like D-cell batteries, and they'd be like mechanical robots and things like that. And I just caught the smell of, like, Christmas morning or on my birthday, unwrapping a package and putting batteries in one of those for the first time and firing it up. I had a pair of walkie-talkies. Me and my little brother, we had Batman walkie-talkies, and I had the Batman and he had the Robin one. And they smelled like that, and I can smell it strong. It must be coming from this place next door. It's a boat repair place. I'm not sure why it would smell that way, but weird. They say that scent is really is the best thing to jog your memory, is odor and scent. And I really think that that's true. That's absolutely true, because that just took me right back to being like 5 years old on Christmas morning, playing with those walkie-talkies. Anything electronic, transistor radios smelled that way too. Must be something to do with the transistors, huh? Maybe. I don't know. Interesting, though, that it would jog my memory that way. There's so many of these graves also that the headstones I can't even read. I know these are from the right time period. These are from the 20s in this area. But some of them are just so eroded, they're not even legible anymore. So it makes it a little tough. Like this one. I cannot even read that. Like, there's almost nothing left on that headstone. You would think if he got buried in $35,000 of the robes, he would have a somewhat fancy, ostentatious headstone, but maybe not. Maybe not. That's a lot of fur, though. That's a lot of fur. That's a lot of money. So yeah, he was definitely doing all right for himself. Yeah, so many of them I can't read. almost walked this whole cemetery. I'm trying to be careful to not walk directly over people's graves. It's kind of hard. Sometimes it's hard to tell where they're actually buried. Sometimes they face them one way, sometimes the other. I think if I were buried, I wouldn't mind if somebody stepped on my grave, but I'm not everybody. That's one thing we always have to remember. People believe differently than we do sometimes. And to a point, it's good to respect people's wishes, as long as those wishes don't step on your wishes, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Being respectful, treating people the way you'd want to be treated is not a bad way to live life. I know a few people I wish I could slap that into, to be honest with you, but they're not getting it. They don't understand that, so, and they probably never will. And that's fine. They'll figure it out someday. Karma gets everybody, including yours truly. I've been got by karma more than once, so I know how it works. That person's headstone is broken completely in half. Huh. There are people who like to vandalize cemeteries. I don't understand the point, but some people get their kicks that way. I don't understand it. Well, I've walked almost this whole place and I'm not seeing anything of the sort. So I'm going to call this cemetery done. I am not seeing any Spiers at all, or Spires in here. Maybe there's some of you guys that are better internet sleuths than me. If you would, because it's always good to have more than one set of eyes on something, search for Fred M. either Spiers, S-P-I-E-R-S, or Spires, S-P-I-R-E-S. It's one of the two. And see if you can find out anything more on him. I know he was from New York. He was some kind of a Congress or senator or some kind of a something in Alaska. And then he was here in Texarkana for about 2 years and passed away here. And requested that he was buried in about $35,000 worth of furs, which is, like I said, is equal to over $500,000 in furs today. And I just think it's an interesting story, and I'd kind of like to put a place to that. You know what I mean? I think it kind of deserves a little investigating. So I get interested in this kind of thing. I might stop one more place. We'll see. I'm going to head somewhere else and see about something. A friend of mine, who I've known for quite a while, she was managing at the Hooters here in town. Well, they've shut the Hooters down and basically laid off her and all the girls that work there. Well, she has decided to open her own place and give those girls jobs, and I think that's just great. So I'm going to go down and see if she's down here at the place she's opening. If she is, I might see if she wants to be interviewed. She may not want to be, but I just think that's a good thing that she's doing. She's opening a place for those girls that were put out of work to come to and work for her, and I think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna head down there. If she's not there, I'll show you the place that she's transforming and stuff. And if she is there, I may try and talk to her. She may not want to be on camera. It's hard telling. People sometimes don't want to be. I like it. Shoot, man, y'all deserve to see this face. I don't know what you did to deserve it, but you do. So this is the place that my friend Jen is transforming. It is right now Alley Cat's Coffee Bar, but it is going to be the Concho Bar and Grill, I believe, and it's going to be a regular bar. I don't know if Jen is here. She may be. I might ask if she's here. But yeah, so it's soon to be a whole different place. It's neat. It's in an old train car. It's an old train dining car that they fixed up. And it was a restaurant, then it was a coffee shop, and now it's going to be like a bar and grill, I think. So, pretty cool. Pretty neat place. I've had a few cups of coffee here. Got myself a piping cold caffeinated beverage in honor of Adam the Woo, because when Adam came here to Texarkana a few years back, probably 4 years ago, somewhere around there. It was after I started making videos, and I did a video about the filming locations for The Town That Dreaded Sundown, which was filmed here. Some of it right over my shoulder back there. Adam started his video out sitting right about here. It was a different table then, but I think this is the spot he was sitting in where he started his video out. And as soon as I saw where he was sitting, I recognized it, and I'm like, wait a minute. It was about 2 weeks after I made my video, and somebody tried to accuse him of copying me, and that was not the case. We both just got our information from the exact same source on the internet. He actually found a few places that I couldn't find. But yeah, so this is an iced latte because a hot drink today would not be good. But here's to you, Adam. Almost 6 months ago, we lost you. That's tasty. I'm going to miss this place. She said, Jen isn't here, but she said that, the girl inside said that, she's going to transfer over and work too. They're going to keep on a lot of people. She said basically they're just going to pull out all the coffee stuff and put in bar stuff and, have it be like a bar restaurant type thing. During the day, I believe it's going to be more like a restaurant, and then at night it's going to turn into a bar. They've put more tables and stuff out here on this patio and made it a little nicer. It's a train car. It was a dining car from the old railroad, and they transferred. It's been open. It's been here for a few years, but they've done a neat job with it. But yeah, this is the spot, I believe, right here where Adam the Woo was sitting when he started that video. Can't believe it's been gone, and it's really sad because my birthday's the 22nd of this month, and I believe the 22nd will be the exact 6-month anniversary. So that's going to be it's just going to be kind of a crappy day. I don't know. I mean, it'll be my birthday. I'll be 59, and that's not too shabby. I don't think I'm doing too bad for 59. This foot thing's getting to me. I like my mobility. I like to be able to walk. I have been working out and losing some weight, and that's helping. But I just don't know how. I'm a little worried about how this is going to turn out. Most of the time, if you end up having surgery or anything to do with your feet, it goes one of two ways. It either fixes it or it makes it worse. And really hoping it doesn't make it worse. A little nervous. So if y'all pray or think good thoughts or whatever you do for me, I would appreciate it. I would really appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, let me show you the outside of this place. It's pretty neat. As you can see, it's just it's a train car. It was a dining car, and it's a large car. It's pretty spacious inside. Really, it's kind of surprising. And they put in an elevator right over that square wooden area you see is actually an elevator. But yeah, this looks like they made it where it looks like it's the train, the siding where you'd go get on the train at. And I think they did a pretty good job with it. I think it's really neat. That is tasty. Extremely tasty. That's one thing I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss the coffee. Their coffee here is pretty darn good. Yeah, it's kind of funny that Adam the Woo would visit a lot of filming locations and stuff, and now people are going and visiting locations where he filmed his videos, which is it's kind of funny. It's like a circle. But anyway, this is one of them here in Texarkana. This is where he started that video out. Sat here talking about what he was going to look at, and that he'd wanted to do this video for a while. And it was kind of a turning point. It was when he was getting back, swinging away from all the Disney content and going back to traveling. And I was really happy to see it, and he seemed very pleased when he got done with the video. Very, very pleased. So, anyway, I miss that guy. Still look for videos from him in the morning. I used to watch his video first thing every morning. Still look. So I've started kind of going back and watching some of the old ones and ones that I missed, because he made one a day forever. I always find something I can't remember seeing. So. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for sticking with me and watching my videos. And it's been an interesting life I've had so far, and I'm hoping it keeps on going for a while longer. You know, almost 59. That's it's a funny number to say out loud, and 60 is going to be really odd. But anyway, I'm sure I'll be fine. Relatively healthy, other than this foot thing. So, all right, I'm gonna get off here. I'll probably have a couple of videos next week. I'm going to Gilmer Thursday to play a. Ooh, that's some wind. Going to Gilmer Thursday to play a show with a friend of mine down there at a bar. And there's a story I kind of wanted to do down there, which is about a girl that just vanished without a trace that they still haven't found. She vanished in like 1992 or 3. So I'll probably show some of that since I'm going to be down there. Might make a little video about that. Then the next day they've got Texarkana has actually refurbished a trolley car, that refurbishes trolley car, and they're going to do the unveiling next Friday. And I'm off. I took off Thursday and Friday from my day job so that I could go to do this Gilmer thing. So I'm probably going to try and get down there and see if I can get a ride on that trolley. That'd be pretty cool. So I might have a couple of videos next weekend, or next week, in the next week. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Tell your friends about me, man. I make these videos, and some of them are duds, and some of them are great. Like today, I didn't do anything, but I hunted. I hunted for something I want to find, so that's cool. But yeah, I want to thank you guys. Just thanks for joining me. Thanks for believing in what I do. We need more good in the world, and we need more just people going out and doing silly things. So, it costs nothing to be nice. Nothing. It costs nothing. It's free. Free. Absolutely free. Being a nice person to people is free. And it's the easiest. It's easier than being a turd. It really is. So just be nice to people. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself, and try not to tread on other people. Life should be simple, man. Some people make it way harder than it has to be. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.